You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, it's time for our weekly prediction edition. I think Drew Quartermaine's about to be blackmailed. Sam McCall's in danger, and Sonny may be targeted. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and as always, our predictions are based on recent episodes, official ABC soap spoilers, and promos. We have predictions for Lucky and Lulu, for Porsha and Brad, for Sam and Alexis, for Ned, Drew, and Willow, and for Tracy, Chase, and Sonny. We're going to dive right in with our first prediction. Did Lucky Spencer's terrible beating damage his liver so he can't be a donor for Lulu? So if you remember on Friday, Lucky Spencer had been beaten nearly to death. While Sidwell was off gambling with Holly, his thugs said he doesn't want him dead yet, but that doesn't mean, we can't beat him mercilessly. And they did. And he was hallucinating Liz, who was cataloging his injuries. Concussion, obviously, because he's hallucinating, but she also talked about internal injuries and internal bleeding. He was very badly beaten in his torso. Wednesday, the 25th, spoilers say Sidwell makes an offer that involves high stakes. It looks like this is Anna and Jason in some life and death drama while they're there trying to save Lucky. Then on September the 26th, which is Thursday, Jason and Anna feel like the walls are closing in on them, which they probably are. And that same day, Lucky is absolutely crushed by some news he gets. And I'm sure he's going to find out that Lulu is dying. And Friday the 27th, Holly takes a chance with a big move. I think she's going to help them escape. But here's my concern. Two things. One is while Lucky is over there getting beaten and terrorized, Lulu's health condition is deteriorating. So by the time he gets back, a partial liver donation might not even be on the table. It may need to be a full liver. And second, even if a partial one is possible, if this beating damaged his liver, then that's put him out of it. Nicholas, he feels fine, and his liver enzymes and stuff weren't good enough in his test, even though he was a good match because he had donated bone marrow to Lulu years and years ago. So all this work to get Lucky back, maybe for naught other than he is back while his sister is in her last hours. Obviously, something's going to save her because a recast has been made. Our second prediction, Porsha tampered with the test, but I think she's worried Brad will catch her, but it may go in another direction. So last week, Rick found out that Heather's blood test seemed to indicate that she doesn't have cobalt lessening in her system, which means that hip implant wasn't to blame. And he told her the case is dead. She's going to still be stuck. But then when he came back over to GH, he was looking at a different test result done from an independent lab. And Liz talked him through it. And it basically showed very different results. It looks like the GH lab test was either a copy and paste of her last test results or a rerun of her old pre-surgery blood test. So we know that Porsha drew his blood, and we also know that Brad has been rehired. Brad was rehired around the time that blood draw happened. So now it's like, okay, who did it? So Monday, the 23rd, spoilers have Porsha talking to Terry Randolph. The two co-chiefs are going over some staffing issues. And Porsha sees that Brad has been rehired in the lab, and she gets very upset at Terry, who is defending her decision. And I don't think Porsha, I'm trying to remember if she even ever worked with Brad. Maybe she just knows him by reputation only, or maybe the writers are doing what they do and just doing a very sloppy retcon where they're pretending like she knows what all he's been up to. So they're both kind of in a similar position. Brad doesn't want Heather out of prison. Porsha doesn't want Heather out of prison. Both of them have a loved one that Heather either killed or was trying to kill. For him, it was his best friend, Britt Westbourne, and for her, it was her daughter, Trina Robinson. So I think pretty soon we're going to find out which of them did it. and if the one is going to cover for the other, which I totally think they will do. So we'll find out. Our third prediction, Sam gets the gun to exonerate Alexis, but dies in the process. So last week, Sam was telling Dante she would dive to get the gun out of the river, the one that Alexis tossed, so they can run ballistics on it to exonerate her mother. She's confident it will. She does not think for a minute Christina did this. She knows it was Sonny. Either he pulled the trigger or paid someone to pull the trigger. And Tuesday, the 24th, spoilers, have Chase disagreeing with Dante and they're butting heads. And I wonder if it possibly is about Dante, letting Sam do this risky dive when the police divers couldn't turn up the gun. We'll see. It may be about something else entirely. We're going to talk about it in another prediction. We do know Kelly Monaco is exiting. Sam McCall is doomed. We just don't know her exact exit date. So spoilers also for Tuesday, the 24th, have Alexis opening up to her new lawyer, Martin Gray. I'm sure she's going to lay it all out there for him on Wednesday, the 25th. Marty is talking to her daughter, Molly. They both obviously want to help her. That same day on Wednesday, Sam drops in on Carly, and I wonder if it's going to be chit-chat about Sonny letting her mother take the fall for his murder, and Carly giving a killer an alibi that is ruining Sam's mom's life. And I think she's going to tell her that she's going to get the gun, exonerate her mother, and then she and Sonny are going to be screwed because he did the killing and she knows Carly lied. That might be a fun conversation if that's what they are talking about. So with the Lulu situation, if Lucky's not a match or his liver is damaged, as I did in my other prediction here, or it turns out that by then Lulu needs a whole liver, I really feel like Sam may be the one to give it to her. And I do think I did a whole standalone video on this, but I wanted to repeat it because I feel very strongly. Sam may go out a hero and save 2 lives, not just her mother's, but also Lulu's. So we'll see. Our fourth prediction, Ned threatens Drew over Willow. So this past week, we saw Ned and Michael arguing about Valentine still being CEO, and they're trying to get him out. And then, Drew's running Aurora, but he just handed the CEO reins over to Curtis to fill in for him so he can focus on his run for Congress. Mikey seemed to think he should have been made CEO, so he seemed a little off-put by that. So that's kind of the context. And then on Thursday, September 26th, spoilers have Ned shocked by some information that he gets. That same day, Drew interrupts Willow and Michael. So I just wonder if Ned is going to find out from someone, could be James, could be Violet if James told her that he overheard the whole Willow and Drew kissing thing. And I know you guys haven't forgotten that Drew and Michael were conspiring against Ned before, and it really ticked him off. So he may try and leverage this Willow and Drew information to get himself in the CEO seat, the kind of ultimatum of either Drew sides with him or else. And if Drew doesn't want to cave to the blackmail, then Ned can take it to Michael, and Michael would probably be furious with Drew and side with Ned, which would be a win-win either way. All right, our fifth and final prediction is Tracy going to pressure her grandson-in-law, Chase, to take a closer look at Sonny for Jagger's murder. If you remember, the night the murder happened, Tracy told Chase and everybody in the room, look, we all know Sonny did this. Sonny is never at the Quartermaine mansion. He's here tonight, and then an FBI agent is shot by the boathouse. Come on, do the math. So on Tuesday, September 24th is when Alexis is meeting with Marty Gray, her new lawyer, and Carly talks to Sonny that same day to strategize. It has to be more about the alibi. And then that spoiler about Chase and Dante disagreeing and butting heads, that could be about Sam diving, or it could be about the fact that Chase thinks that Dante's dad may be the real shooter. And Dante may not like that accusation, but he also probably has to be thinking that it's a possibility himself rather than Alexis, who Sam is confident didn't do it. Wednesday, September 25th, spoilers have Christina having a heartfelt talk with her dad, Sonny, while Molly is meeting with her mom's lawyer, Martin. and Sam's dropping in on Carly. By Friday the 27th, Tracy is gloating, and I wonder if she was able to convince Chase that they need to push back and have the PCPD still looking at Sonny as the shooter. If so, she will be so pleased because she can't stand him around and doesn't want him involved with deception. And if he is in Pentonville, well, that takes him right out of it. And you know Tracy can be ruthless when she wants something. All right, those are our predictions. Thank you so much for listening. Sorry we ran a little long today. Please drop your comments. Definitely subscribe if you're not following us. And be sure and come back soon. It is me, Belinda from Soap Dirt, talking General Hospital with you every single day of the week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.